Okay. Hey guys. Okay. Hi. Hi everyone. How are you guys doing? Good afternoon and welcome to today's YouTube live stream. Yes. Um I think I tried to be early today, but yeah, we're here now. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining. You are especially welcome to today's YouTube live stream. I call it our family meeting. Yes, our community gathering, and I'm super excited that we're doing this today. Yes, I will never take it for granted that today being a weekend, you all amazing people still make our time to join today's conversation. So thank you all so much. All right. And yeah, today's conversation is going to focus on the Real Housewives of Abuja's um, reunion show. So, for those of you who are aware, the reunion, the second part of the reunion was aired yesterday on Showmax. Yes, we had the first part last week, Friday, which was quite exciting. And of course, quite naturally, a lot of us who enjoyed watching the show were kind of expecting a lot more for the second part because, of course, there were so many other things that were yet to be addressed on the first part. So we were quite excited and expecting a lot more from the second part. But then, sadly, the second part was reviewed yesterday and it was such a huge disappointment. There were so many things that were a waste and a miss for me. I mentioned some of them on my video yesterday, and going through the comment section, it was obvious that a lot of you have a lot to say as well, because a lot of you were also disappointed with how the reunion continued and ended. So this conversation today is for us to bear out our hearts and express ourselves about the things that worked for us and those things that did not really work for us. Yes, there were a lot of things that did not really work for me. As I said before, I mentioned some of them on my video yesterday. On this live stream, we're going to go deeper into most of these things that did not really work. All right. And I also look forward to, inviting some of the women over for conversations. Hopefully, they are available for that conversation. We're going to see how it goes. I have not yet extended my invitation. Typical Nigerian, NEPA is taking light. Anyways, I have not yet extended my invitation. So I will extend my invitation this week. Hopefully, they agree. If they come through, then we have conversations with them. If they do not agree, then we move on. All right. Another thing is we are currently looking at young, famous, and African. Started analyzing the show. So if you've been missing out, then please make sure you catch up with my videos. We have analyzed 2 episodes of the show. There's 7 more episodes to come. Network is crazy. I don't know what's going on. But guys, please bear with me. I've been struggling with this network today. So I just hope that it does not disgrace me today. I just hope it does not disgrace me today. Anyways, before I get into it, let me welcome those of you in the comment section. I can see Ipuneng. Hi, Ipuneng. Thank you so much for coming through. There's Dorothy Ma. Hi. Hi, Dorothy. There's Samuel. Hi. Hi, Zami. There's Ezra. Hi. Hi. There's Majesty Morris. Hi. I love the way you extended my name. Glory. Hi, you're especially welcome. Thanks for coming through. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, when it was announced that the show, that's the reunion of the Real Housewives of Abuja, was going to air, was it 26th of May? Can't remember the date now. But anyways, when the date was announced that the reunion would be aired, guys, I was super excited. A lot of us were super excited because there were so many missing links on the show itself the entire season. There were so many vagueness. There were so many events that happened. A lot of conflicts, a lot of issues that were left unresolved, right? And also looking at the way the season ended, that beef between Samantha and what's her name now, Princess, right? That beef was still outstanding. We still did not really understand, where the beef was coming from and why. Samantha had to wait till the end of the season to start venting, right? We did not understand. So we're all looking forward to the reunion show that, oh, possibly we're going to get answers to all of our questions, right? And then that was also the beef that Samantha was sort of nursing towards Arafah during her confessionals. Like she was quite excited that Arafah was getting bashes during their SA trip, right? So we were all looking forward to all of that during the reunion. And part of the job of us getting answers to our questions, right, quite naturally fell into the hands of the host, right? Now, I don't know if with these reunion shows comes with a script. I usually see people that host shows like that, right, with question tags, right, that they ask their questions from. But how the direction of the reunion goes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure of it. I'm not really sure. So just to make an excuse for the host of shows like this or reunion shows like this, most of the time, I just say, okay, fine, they're just doing their job, right? But with the Real Housewives of Abuja's reunion show, guys, I just felt like I don't even know who to blame. I don't know if I should blame the host or if I should blame production or whoever the script writer is. I don't know who to blame. Director, guys, I don't know who to blame. But the point is, it felt like the reunion show was going to have direction from the beginning, but then towards the end of it all, it lost its way. It lost direction. It became very, very chaotic. Yes, the meaning of the reunion show was literally lost on me as a viewer. Yes. And it boiled down to these things I'm about to mention right now. It boiled down to these things, the absence and the presence of these things during the reunion show. Guys, my network is giving me hell and it's not even funny at all. So just give me a second, guys. I'm trying to work this out. I'm trying to work this out. It's giving me hell. So please bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Just exercise patience with me. I'm trying to resolve my network. I don't know what's going on. It's not funny at all. This is crazy. Anyways, I'm just gonna continue talking. If you guys can hear me, sincerest apologies for all of these wahala. I don't even know what's going on. This is hectic. I know what's going on. But anyways, let me just continue talking. So as I was saying, um, okay, yeah, these networks are not available. What's going on? Hey, Agbamio. Anyways, guys, just listen to my voice. Just listen to my voice. Anyways, as I was saying, a lot of expectations had for the reunion show, but sadly, those expectations were not completely met. Now, one of those things that seized the direction of the reunion show was the fact that what's her name again? Jaruma was given too much screen time. I mentioned this on my video yesterday, and I'm going to reiterate on it again today. So we all know that Jaruma did not even stay for one full episode on the show. Jaruma only featured in two scenes, but then it was quite, baffling when she was treated like one of the main cast members, and it did not really make sense. Now, the way my brain was interpreting it all through the reunion was that, okay, the likes of Jaruma, Princess, and Tutupie were given more screen time and were given more room to speak because production team knows that these people tend to be very, very dramatic. They know that Jaruma herself is a very, very controversial individual. They know that Tutupai is clout personified. She is chaos personified. She enjoys the drama. She enjoys giving the drama. She enjoys, just overdoing things most of the time. They know that Princess is very loud, very, very vocal, and very, very expressive. Yes, and in a way, the show kind of revolved around Princess and Tutupai. So it was quite natural to see, both Princess and Tutupai have more airtime to speak. But then what I did not understand was why Jaruma had more airtime to speak as well. It did not make sense to me at all. Yes. I mean, the other cast members, they were fully involved in the show. But Jaruma did not have equal participation as the other cast members did have. And so it was quite weird that most of the questions were thrown at Jaruma. And I was looking at the host and I was wondering, like, okay, could it be the doing of the host, or could it just be an intentional approach to create drama, to create controversy, to draw more traffic to the show by the production team? If that was their reason, well, in a way, I can understand, because at the end of the day, it is a show, right? And they need to make money. They need to draw traffic to their show. But on the flip side, speaking from the angle of a viewer, it just did not make sense. It did not make sense at all, because it was quite confusing. It didn't make sense. And also, I don't know, many of you noticed that at some point, most of the questions that Jeremiah was asked, because she did not have the appropriate answer in the context of the show to respond to those questions, she would throw in a general statement about life. The most ridiculous response she gave, was the response to the question about OJ, the conversation, the gossip that Tutupie started about OJ being a chaotic person, not having a roof over her head, OJ getting thrown out of the house by Arafat and the husband. What was the question the host threw at her? Oh, what do you think about the whole situation? Now, because she did not really understand the context of this whole drama in the show, I'm not talking about off the show now, but in the show, how it all played out, she was giving this general response that, well, it happens in life, and sometimes people get broke, and then you get back on your feet, and then blah blah blah. Well, the response made sense, but in the context of the show, frankly speaking, to me, it did not make sense, because that is just a response that one who was not like fully invested in the show or fully participated in the show would give. So imagine if a proper cast member, I want to say cast member, someone that actually stayed and participated in the show from episode 1 to the end. Imagine if a cast member were to give a response to that question. Guys, it would have been more relatable in the context of the show. Yeah. So it didn't really make sense. And then it was also kind of weird that automatically Jaruma became Tutupai's kind of closest friend on set. And I was wondering, like, okay, where exactly is that coming from? Because these two people, it did not look like they actually had a relationship. So yes, during Tutupai's vacation, Tutupai had invited Jaruma to come and, teach the married women about sex. So it was more like some sort of sex education, right, at the lingerie party. So that was quite understandable, but it did not seem like they actually had a relationship, because even Tutupai had a lot to say during her confessionals when Jaruma was bragging a lot about who she was and what she had achieved in life. And then later we got to find out that, okay, Jaruma was OJ's goddaughter, which was kind of also confusing to me. But we've actually had that conversation before, so I'm not going to get into it. So it just did not really make sense. But then all of a sudden, Jaruma was playing the role of best friend to Tutupai on set. When Tutupai would get upset, one would expect that, okay, it's going to be Princess, Tutupai's kind of bestie on the show, that will go after her to go and pacify her and talk to her to come back to the conversation. But then it was Jaruma that was doing all of that. And then the same Jaruma that was, OJ's goddaughter, one would expect that when the heated altercation was happening, that she would step in and, sort of defend OJ. But most of the time, it looked like she really wanted to defend Tutupai more than OJ. So the whole thing kind of looked staged to me. That's what I'm actually driving at. The whole thing, it just looked staged. It just looks like, nah, these people, it just seems like they are really, really desperately trying to create some sort of action in this reunion. And was it really necessary? Frankly speaking, I don't think it was necessary because I felt like if the right questions had been asked, then that drama that they were looking for, they would have gotten that drama. That heat they were looking for, they would have gotten that heat. And then there was the other part where very important and necessary questions were not asked. And I mentioned it on my video yesterday about the WhatsApp messages, the horrendous WhatsApp messages that Tutupie sent to Comfort. Guys, that was a huge turning point on the show. For those of us that watched the show, that was a huge turning point because we had been seeing the bad vibes, the bad blood that Tutupie had been directing towards Comfort for many episodes. And then finally, on that particular episode, I think it was episode 9 or 8, we saw all of that as it all unfolded. The whole terrible WhatsApp messages, even when there was no legit reason for Tutupie to do what she did. She did it anyways. And yes, she apologized, but that was like a huge turning point on the show. So we're expecting the host to ask Tutupie, you know, questions about that. Because it's one thing to be upset, and then it's another thing to spew all that vile, all that bitterness, all that hate in all of those WhatsApp messages that she sent. And there were a number of things that Tupai actually mentioned, in those messages. One of them being, oh, we know who you are, blah, blah, blah. Tupai was kind of hinting something. So I was especially expecting the host to probe further, question Tupai about the details of that WhatsApp messages. Maybe not everything, but she was hinting at something. She was definitely hinting at something. And I can't remember the other housewife that actually mentioned something about, Comfort being divorced. I think it was still Tutupie, that, Comfort is married, but then she's divorced, blah, 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 that kind of thing. The host would have asked questions. Oh, you came about with the gossip that, okay, this person was married and divorced. How do you know? Do you understand, ladies and gentlemen? We're talking about calling these women out on their bullshit. All the things that they are said. And you see, these things I'm mentioning were very, very vital to have been addressed during the reunion because we saw how badly behaved, guys, I'm sorry, but I have to call a spade a spade. We saw how badly behaved Tutupie was on the show, all in the name of being real, on the name of, expressing realness on the show. We saw how, for no just reason, during her confessionals, she was blasting and dragging. Tupai wasn't the only person that was actually guilty of all of that. There was also Arafa. Arafa too was saying a lot. Yeah. So I was actually expecting the host to probe. Now, why did I even make reference to that? During the reunion show, the second part, the one that was released yesterday, what did Tupai say? She was justifying all of her actions and blaming it on gossips. So the question is, all of these gossips, all of these rumors, Tutupie, where exactly were you getting them from? Who was feeding you with all of that information? That was a very, very vital question I was expecting the host to ask, but the host did not ask. And it was really, really sad. It was sad because I'm like, no, these are things that us, the viewers, want to know. You're not giving us what we want to know. You're not giving. And it was really, really annoying because it was like a complete waste of time. Guys, imagine how many people had been looking forward to the second part of the reunion show, and then boom, it was released, and thousands of people were trooping to Showmax to go and watch, and then only for you to be seeing unnecessary banters here and there without hitting the nail on the head of the very, very vital questions. It just did not really make sense. So I'll repeat again. Some of the details of Tutupie's WhatsApp message, they're very, very defamatory. So I was expecting production, the host, scriptwriter, whoever was formulating those questions, to probe deeper. Tutupie, what did you mean by XYZ? And guys, let's get this clear. Reunion shows is not only about addressing unresolved issues. Reunion show is also about probing deeper and dissecting some of the events and issues that happened during the show itself. So all of the things I'm pointing out, it's not like I'm trying to say, okay, let's resurrect dead bones. Yes, Tutupie apologized on the show, but then we also saw a confessional where she said outrightly that, oh, she's calling for this resolution with comfort because she's doing it for herself. She did not like explicitly English. She did not explicitly, hey, I will not kill myself. Anyways, she was not outrightly saying that she was calling for that resolution or calling to resolve all of those issues or apologize for all of these issues because she genuinely felt bad. She did not. So that was another thing I was expecting the host to question her about. Oh, your apology to comfort after all of those WhatsApp messages. Was it genuine? Or, as you said during your confessional, you were doing it for yourself? Period. Ask that kind of question. Should people are looking for drama? That drama they are looking for, the drama will unfold. Because we know that Tutupie sometimes is uncontrollable. She cannot restrain herself from using certain words. So definitely the drama we're looking for, it will happen on the reunion show. She will say a lot of things. But then at least we'll get the truth. Yes, we'll get the truth. And then there was the Instagram posts that the ladies actually put. Yes, I appreciated the fact that they actually showed us those messages on the reunion show, but I was also expecting that they would have gone through those messages, right? Dissected them and then picked out one, two, or three things that they mentioned because those ladies they really were gunning at each other. They were going for each other, at the jugulars. They were really going for the kill with their very, very nasty messages and their write-ups. So dissect it, bring out one or two or three things there, and say, okay, this thing you wrote there. Did you put it there out of spite or because this is what it is? Because Shebi, the show is about drama, right? They didn't focus on the families of these women. So yes, the drama they were given, let us continue with the drama on the reunion show. But we didn't get that. And it was really, really disappointing. I don't know if my network is stable right now, but let me just try and see. Yeah. Yeah, let's continue like this. If the network becomes fuzzy again, then I might have to go back to using just my audio. So yes, guys, if you understand what I'm saying, if you can relate to where I'm coming from, please go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Some boy Chiva says maybe they were left out because of how hurtful they were to Mommy Gio. She could have asked that not be brought up. Well, you have a point, probably, but still, I think us the viewers would like to know. Now, moving on to Samantha, guys, in a way, I kind of felt sorry for Samantha yesterday because I felt like Samantha was desperately trying to clear her name. Yes, she's a married woman, a mother of 4. And those things that Tutupie said about her, sleeping with small, small boys, blah, blah, blah. I know your story. I know your gist in Abuja. She was desperately trying to clear her name because, guys, those were very, very serious allegations. And for Tutupie to say, oh, all the things that she said were from gossip, I don't think that's a valid excuse. You need to explain yourself. Who gossiped those things to you? So what's my point about Samantha's own situation? I felt like the hosts did not really give Samantha room to explain herself. Maybe she was given room. Maybe the fault lies with whoever edited the reunion. Yeah, because there's a possibility that these things I'm talking about, maybe they were addressed and then they were cut out. I don't know. But I'm directing this at not just the hosts now, but to the entire production team. I don't know whose idea it was to even edit the show that way. The editing was so chaotic. One minute they're trying to address an issue, the next minute the issue is not fully resolved, and then they're moving on to something else. It was just all over the place. And this might probably be the first time that they are going into such a venture. So it might be really, really challenging, or it might have been very challenging for them. But come on, come on. Shiva is still saying could really affect a marriage negatively. There's definitely no smoke without fire. Very true. I get it. Yeah. But I was just personally disappointed because I just felt like all of my expectations of the reunion show were not met, even 50%. They were not met. Yeah. And then there was also OJ Posharella. Mind you, OJ had said that she was a virgin I think in the final episode, I think, and some of the women had their doubts. And then Tutupie had gone ahead to talk about, oh, that you are receiving it in the ass. Valid question from the host. How did you know? Have you been inside the household before to check if it's still intact or if it's no longer intact? How did you know? Guys, call me petty or whatever, but these are questions. Because there are certain things that you say. If you don't have receipts for those things, you have to explain yourself. The Tutupie was literally always shouting that she had receipts on the show. From all the posts that she had been putting out on Instagram, on wherever, I've never seen receipts. And OJ was trying to explain one of those so-called receipts the other day. Sorry, during the reunion. That Tutupie, we went somewhere, you gave me your own food pack to hold for you to take pictures because you said you want to influence for them. So in other words, OJ was actually assisting Tutupie to influence on something. And then Tutupie took that picture and claimed that, okay, that is a receipt for OJ liking to do takeaway when they go out to eat. OJ was trying to explain that during the reunion, but then the host cut her short as they don't have time anymore. But when Tutupie wants to rant and do all those, if I was all those childish wannabe Gen Z behavior of yeah, you want to sleep my man, guys, I was so irritated when Tutupie was doing that. I'm sorry, but I was just irritated. I'm like, what's all this one? What's this one, madam? Come on, behave yourself. What's all that? I mean, if a Gen Z did that, I would understand. But come on. What's all the like, oh my god. Nah. It was trying to give drama, but it was still not giving. And I'm like, sis, calm down. Hold your horses. Calm down. Calm down. And then there was Samantha's beef with Arafa. That was never even touched. That was never even addressed. And I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed. In a way, I was thinking, okay, fine. There's actually a lot of things to be addressed on the issue because if you think about it, the first part of the reunion addressed issues from episode 1 to 3 or 4. So I was thinking, okay, probably the second part of the reunion show will address maybe 5 more episodes or maybe 3 more episodes, and then there's going to be a part 3. But maybe they felt like it was going to be them overflogging the issue. But I just felt like they just omitted a lot of vital issues that should have been addressed. Yeah. And now the ultimate part for me that really, really got to me, like I personally took offense with that. Exactly. Shorty said the host protected Tutu and Princess with his own. Exactly. That was what it seemed like. That was exactly what it seemed like. And this is not me putting the blame on any of the housewives. I am speaking based off of what I watched from the show. Yeah, it was what these women portrayed, and that's what I'm talking about. It really felt, and this is no lies, it really felt like Akan Nnani was protecting Tutupie. There was a point on the show yesterday that I think it was Tutupie that was talking, and OJ kind of interjected And there was this attitude the host gave. It was very fast, but I caught it. I don't know how many of you caught it. When he was like, and she's talking about this thing, and then he turned again and he focused on Tutupie. I'm like, excuse you, what just happened? Are you defending Tutupie? I thought, I thought you were trying so hard to be neutral. What was that, Akan? Guys, I was kind of disappointed. I was really disappointed. Because it seemed like when Tutupie is talking and ranting and blah, 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 they give her the floor to speak. But then when other women are speaking, it's like, the queen wants to speak, calm down. So it just did not really make sense to me. It didn't. Now, I was going to say that the ultimate question I was really hoping for the host to ask Tutupie was when she had said that, so you see, all the jabs I was throwing at you, all the blah, blah, blah I was doing, it came from gossips, it came from rumors. Very simple question from the host that would have probably cut off Tutupie's tongue, or maybe giving her something to rack her brains over. Simple question was, so are you saying that everything you said during your confessionals about each and every single one of these women came from gossips, like the gossips led you in spirit and in truth, physically, mentally, emotionally, to say all of those things? Simple question. Just put it like that. Just put it like that. And then let's hear what Tutupie would have said if she would have an answer to that. I mean, she has a smart mouth. So let's see if she would have an answer to that. But then I felt like she was actually let off the hook so easily. So easily. And it was really painful. Because it now made it look like, oh, Tutupie did all what she did, not unconsciously. She unconsciously said all what she said. Oh, she also put, what do they call it? She also peddled a lot of gossips, in the group as well. All she did was not her fault. Oh, and then that last part before the reunion show ended, when they asked, oh, so Tutupie was the first person that shared her vulnerability to you guys, and do you guys think you extended that hand of grace to her? Like, what did they even mean? What did they even mean, Seth? Like, because she shared her story, so did the women give her that grace? And I love Comfort's response that they should ask her. They should ask her right there. And I noticed that most of the questions that were directed at Comfort, they were questions questioning most of her decisions on the show, which of course she wasn't really guilty of. But it was like the questions were targeted at pinning something on Comfort. I don't just know what it was. It was like they were trying to make it look like OJ, Samantha, and Comfort, who were more like in a way, peacekeepers in the group. Let's prove that they were actually not that peaceful. Let's prove that they're actually the villains of the show. Guys, I'm speaking from what I saw, what I observed. All right, this is just my frank opinion. So it just did not really make sense to me. Didn't really make sense. And then let's even talk about the Tutupie's vulnerable moment. We've actually had this conversation before on the video where I analyzed that particular episode, right? Tutupie had explained that the reason why it seems like she's kind of very, very hot on the women, like arrogant and kind of very, very mean, is because of her past experience that she had a relationship. I think she was it physically abused or something? I'm trying to remember her story now. But then she's been very, very defensive, and she knows that she needs to heal, so she's healing. Now, when she shared that story, guys, I don't know if you can hear my voice. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section below. My network is messing up right now again. Okay. Now, when she shared that story, I was hoping to hear her say that she was working on herself, on her manner of approach to people. But then for the most part of the show, what you hear is, oh, this is who I am, this is how I am, this is how I am. And I've told you guys before on this channel that I have an issue with people who display very, very negative attitude, always constantly wanting you to accept them that way, because in their own words, that is who they are. That is how they are. They do not see the need to work on themselves, to be better persons, not to shrink for other people to shine. That's not the point. But when you see that your attitude, your actions keep hurting people, and a lot of people keep complaining about the negativity that you spread, how about working on it? And I remember clearly stating that, okay, fine, I get it. Because I watched a video, I think it was an interview, it's an old interview actually, that Tutupie had with someone. She was talking about her experience with Nollywood actor Jim Ike. Very, very sad video. Apparently, she had dated Jim Ike years ago, and um, from what she said on that interview, the guy had actually beaten her black and blue, like he had beaten her up. Yes, he had beaten her up because she had hugged someone, a friend of hers, who is a guy. In other words, the way she portrayed Jim Ike on that interview was that Jim Ike was a very, very possessive boyfriend. So she had left him and she had gone back to her parents' house. I don't know if she fought him back from the interview. I can't really remember. I watched it like some months ago. So I get it. She has a very, very sad story. But then when she cited that situation as the reason for her being mean, being very, very, I don't even know the word to use, but just being mean, guys, I did not really agree with that, because I felt like, okay, it's like someone saying that, oh, because I'm an orphan, I'm going to go around killing people's parents so that they too will be orphans. It's like you saying that, oh, because you've been hurt before, you're going to go around spreading hurt to other people and not really extending grace to other people. So when the host had brought up that conversation towards the end of the reunion, oh, do the women think that they've actually extended that hand of grace to Tupa? I'm like, what the hell is this? So what's the point exactly? In other words, it was like the host was giving a final statement, like some sort of conclusion to the whole matter. That, okay, at the end of the day, all done and said, Tutupai should not be blamed for all of the drama that has happened on the show. Tutupai should not be blamed for all of our actions. Our actions should be blamed on the gossips that have been peddled around in Abuja. So it was like blaming the whole of Abuja for Tutupai's actions, which did not make sense to me at all. So, in conclusion of this whole conversation, for me, or my own analysis, aside the fact that there was too many, I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional omissions of vital events in the reunion, vital conversations, vital questions, aside the fact that there was misplaced attention in the person of giving Jaruma more screen time, aside the fact that the host was not asking the right questions, in my opinion, aside the fact that the editing was crap, aside the fact that, I don't know, guys, listen, for me, in the light of all of those issues I have mentioned right now, the reunion was a flop. Could they have done better? Absolutely, yes. Proper planning, proper structuring of what they think people would love to see on the show, it would have helped their direction in editing the whole show, or even they even actually went through public opinion, because that's also another very, very important aspect of putting together a reunion show. Yeah, because the truth is, by yourself as the production team, you just might not be able to cover up everything. Yeah, you might not be able to cover up everything. But then when you go through public opinion, yes, they tried by showing some tweets from some people, right? But those tweets that they showed, I felt like some of them were quite irrelevant, to be very frank with you all, because there were so many tweets out there that they could have picked from to lead conversations, to give direction to conversations in that reunion. But they did not pick from those questions. Yeah. So I felt like they did not really consult public opinion. I felt like they did not really have proper structure for the reunion. I felt like they did not really even plan properly for the reunion. The setup was amazing. The women's outfits, their makeup, fantastic. I totally, totally loved it. It was really giving the right aesthetics. But I think I've actually even complained about the aesthetics before in terms of the video look, the quality of the video. I mentioned that for the most part of it all, sometimes when the camera is focused on some of the women, you will see that they are looking blurry. And it was making me wonder, like, okay, what was the cameraman thinking? Why wasn't the cameraman getting the picture right? Why wasn't the cameraman getting the angle right? So for me, they had something going. But at the end of the day, it became a big flop. It did not give what it was supposed to give. It was supposed to give entertainment. It was supposed to give answers to unanswered questions. It was supposed to give anticipation for a new season. To be very frank with you all, the way the reunion ended, it ended on a very, very tasteless and bland note. It did not give me the hopes of looking forward to a new season. It did not give me the excitement I needed to begin to anticipate a new season. And I think they need to make up for it. If they have unseen footages, this is just a suggestion now. If they have unseen footages, if they have what do they call it now? If they have behind the scene footages where maybe one or two drama happened before we saw what we saw, before the whole thing was edited, they should go ahead, put it together, and just call it an extra. Upload it to Showmax and just say, okay, they are doing it for the culture of reality TV show. They should just call it extras, right? Give us something to look forward to a new season. That is, if they are going to be giving us another new season. That is my frank opinion. All right, guys. So that's all I have to say about my dissatisfaction of the Real Housewives of Abuja reunion show. I'm going to go ahead now and share the link in the comment section. If you have anything to say, maybe areas that you are not satisfied with, just go ahead, click on the link, and let's have a conversation. I'm seeing this comment from Mies. Mies is saying the host seemed kind of scared of some of the women. They should have used Ebuka. Yeah, it kind of seemed that way as well. And I think I mentioned it in the when I reviewed the first part of the reunion show. I was saying that when it was revealed that Akan Nnani was going to be the host of the reunion show, the first question I asked myself was, did Akan Nnani watch the entire show? Did he keep up with the show when the show was airing, when the show was trending? Because it's one thing to watch a show when it is trending. You get the opportunity of seeing people's reactions. You get the opportunity of what is it called now? You get the opportunity of following through with the conversation on social media. You get the opportunity of also following on with the drags, with the drama that would definitely happen between and amongst the women. And trust me, when the show was still airing, there was a truckload of drama. So I was wondering if Akan Nnani actually followed up with all of that. And for me, the only way he would have been able to 100% handle the reunion show was if he caught up with all of that experience. Yes. If he did not follow up with all of that vibe, then trust me, he would seem detached during the reunion show. And I felt like he was a bit kind of detached during the reunion show. Because there were things that were happening, there were things that those women were saying during the reunion that someone who really kept up with all of that drama when the heat was on, would have had follow-up questions to some of the things that they were saying. So I felt like Aka did not really deliver in that regard. No hate to Aka, mind you. I definitely love Aka. He's one of my favorite Nollywood personalities. I love his movie, the one he featured on Man of God. I loved it. I reviewed it. But this is just saying from my observations of the reunion show. Doesn't mean that I don't like him. I like him a lot. Anyways, um, the link is in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you all. Areas that you felt like the production team did not really deliver. So go ahead, click on the link, and let's discuss. Okay. I know some of you are waiting for who is going to go first, which is a normal thing on here. Sometimes people want to share their thoughts and they're kind of shy that, oh my God, I don't want to be the first speaker, but it doesn't really matter. If you have anything you want to share, just go ahead, click on the link and share. All right. So I'm here. I'm waiting for your contribution, guys. Yeah. The link is in the comment section. Link is in the comment section below. Link is in the comment section below. Now, whilst I'm waiting for you guys, there was something I was going to do. I wanted to quickly check out some of the women's pages to see if they are giving us something to talk about. Yeah, but I haven't really seen anything. Anyway, so I'm waiting for you guys to click on the link and contribute. If there's nothing any of you wants to share, then I'll probably have to end the live stream because I really wanted to just pour out my opinion on here on a separate video because yesterday's video was already lengthy, so I didn't want to really extend it that much. Okay, so we have Jay here. Hi, Jay. Jay, you have to unmute yourself so that we can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me
Hi.
now?
Yeah, I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Hi. Hi.
How are
Yeah,
you
I can hear
doing?
you. I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Yes. I just wanted to come on here and say I like the way you review things. I like your review. I watch every single one of them from BB Ninja to the famous rich and I can't remember the full name. Then the
A young,
Real
famous in
Housewife.
Africa.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just say we think alike
Thank
because most
you.
of the things you
Thank
say
you
I'm
so
like
much. Thank you.
in so much agreement. So and with this
Can you hear me,
reunion,
Jay?
yeah,
Hello, Jay. Can
with
you
the
hear me?
reunion, yes, I can.
Wow.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Jay?
Yes.
Oh my God, so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my network today. It's so embarrassing. Yes, I was saying thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So did you follow up with the Real Housewives show?
Yeah, I was going to mention that with this reunion and
Yeah.
everything, like I watched the show from your review, then I
Oh,
saw
okay.
the whole reunion. So I was surprised that they didn't address most of the questions, the burning questions that we all had, their
Yeah.
behavior, most of the issues that happened on the show. I was surprised. They were not addressed. They just left the reunion with a whole lot of questions. So I'm wondering whether they were trying to protect some people in the show on the show and they didn't allow
Exactly.
I don't know why Jaruma was there. Even if she had to be there, she didn't have to have opinions about everything because she didn't stay long and I'm not sure she even hung out with most of the
Mm,
women. So I don't know why she should have an opinion on the reunion. But all in all, it was not a very impressive reunion. So
yeah. I was really disappointed too. I was really disappointed. I was even thinking or even expecting that Jeremiah would only come speak when they needed her attention, and
Exactly.
then would leave. She would leave, right? So it didn't really make sense to me that they allowed her to stay, and then when they dismissed her was when they were already done, when they were already concluding.
Exactly. For someone that only had one scene, that was only the she was only there for just one party. Was it a party? It was a
Mm,
gathering. She was just there,
yeah,
just that scene, and she stayed throughout the reunion. Because
yeah.
what I know about reunion from the ones I've watched, they do it almost scene by scene. So every single
Mm-hmm.
thing that happened or every crucial stage, they stop, they ask the question, and the people involved, how do you feel? And maybe they might have two or more people's opinion. But this
Mm-hmm.
one, I don't understand. It's like they just skip the whole scene, then turn around. They just used us to do merry-go-round. I don't understand. It was very annoying.
Yeah, it was. It was. I was really disappointed. Even when the host announced that they were concluding, I was shocked. I'm like, already? Why? Yeah, I was really shocked. I was really shocked. I didn't even expect it to just end like that. Yes, it was quite lengthy. I think it was over 53 minutes, but I did
But
not
53
expect
minutes
it
of
to.
nothing. It
Yeah,
was not really
my
what
sister, you're so
because
right. You're so
53
right.
minutes of nothing. They
Yeah,
didn't
50.
know.
Nah.
Maybe in Nigeria that is almost like, is it 2 months or so? They try and cover most of the issues, even if it's not all. At least they try.
Mm,
But this one is just
mm.
few, not as lengthy as Bibi Nigeria, and they didn't even cover 1/3 of the issue because there were
Nah,
a lot,
it was really
especially with
disappointing.
Tutu Pai's behavior. Tutu
Mm,
Pai was had a lot to say. Then the fights that happened, and they didn't even give people
mm.
room to clear their name enough. I
Exactly.
don't. That was not a reunion.
Exactly. Exactly. It was really sad for me. And the way the whole thing was looking self, it was looking like Tutupai was begged to even come for the reunion because of the attitude that she was just giving. She'll walk out, she'll come back, she'll walk out. And I'm like, okay, I know you
According to
guys are
her,
supposed
she's
to
a
give
queen.
drama, but this drama is not drama in at all. It
I
was not
just felt
giving.
like she already made a personality from the show. According to what we know, we don't really know her in real life.
Yeah.
From the personality she made on the show, I think they didn't want it to be too much. They tried to redeem her a bit, but I just think she's still keeping up with that personality
Hmm.
because we all know her as the drama queen. She will flare up
Hmm.
when she wants to flare up. So I
But
just
the
think she
funny
just
thing, yeah? The funny thing is, I still felt like if they had asked the right questions, for her to explain most of the things that she said, I think she would have even welcomed those questions because the Tutupai that we saw on the show, and I'm talking about knowing Tutupai, I don't know her personality off the show, but the Tutupai that we know on the show entertains drama. She loves drama. She creates drama where there is none. So at some point, it felt like she looked bored, like she wanted drama. So when there's any slight opportunity for her to react to
create
something, you see
moment.
that she will overdo it. You
Yeah.
get, yeah, she will overdo it. You see her body will be shaking, blah, 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 she will be doing all those nonsense.
But the
Yeah.
thing is that I feel like she might not be able to defend those rumors to because the rumors are not if you really had I don't know, they were not genuine. Although she
Yeah,
might have
it
had one
sounded
or
like a TikTok.
it's just hearsay because if it's something very genuine, you've spent time with this person, why you would have noticed something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. She was not being
Mm-hmm.
at least it will not be hearsay again. It will be like you experienced this, you saw this yourself. But she was still saying word on the street, word on the street after spending how many um months with these people, with this group of women. So I
Mm.
don't know. It
Do
should
you know
not be
what I
word
even
on the street
was
again
looking
because we
forward
met
to?
person one-on-one.
Yeah. One thing I was also looking forward to was that video that she claimed she
She
had
had
of OJ. Me, I was expecting the host to tell her to show them the video. Maybe she said she
Yeah,
has receipts. She should show the
receipts.
video. Do you understand? So it was just so annoying that such a vital, conversation was not also had. Because the thing is, this is a public show and it's on Showmax, a platform, an online or a streaming platform that thousands of people, millions of people actually have access to. So
Yes,
imagine the millions of people that are going to watch the show on the long run and they will hear the things that she has said.
yes,
And
said.
just like OJ rightly said, you defamed someone by saying XYZ, right? And you cannot prove it. It's going to make it look like indeed she has those receipts and she's just protecting them at the end of the day. No, go ahead. Release the receipts. At least
But
let people also know that you're not a liar.
do you think the reunion was edited? Like they cut out some clip, like when is it who said they say some things that are not true on the show during the
Yeah,
reunion.
OJ, yeah, yeah.
Maybe they actually said those things, or he asked the question, and when they were editing it they didn't want to put it in the show, because I feel like as reality TV it would have brought the drama they wanted.
I
But I
don't
don't know,
think,
maybe I.
no, I don't think, yeah, in editing, there's
Mm,
something called a rough cut. And if you watch my normal daily uploads, my videos, you
yeah,
see that I use a lot of rough cuts. I don't use transitions like that. So if they had edited that conversation, you'd have seen a rough cut, or maybe you'd have
but
seen a
yeah.
transition. You understand? So I don't think they edited that part. I just think the host did not ask, probably because he was not instructed to ask, or
So why
probably
will
he
you
did not
not
say.
ask? Like when you
Yeah.
are watching something, you take notes, you look at what people are
Mhm.
asking, because you are our mouth there on in the reunion. The things we want
Exactly.
to know is you that can ask them and they will answer. So I don't.
Exactly.
Maybe it was a poor job from the host, or was told not to ask some things. That I
Yeah,
feel.
probably.
Because
Probably.
as a normal
Probably.
human being, that's what my mind will first go to if I watch the
Mhm.
show. All those questions, all those things. Because me too, I
Exactly.
want to know.
Exactly. Exactly. And there was also the final part. I don't know if you watched the last episode, right? So there was a part where Arafa and was reconciling with Comfort. She had gone around reconciling with all the women, checking in on them
Yeah,
when they were in Cape Town, in South Africa.
that was the
Now,
vacation. Yeah.
yes, so Comfort had revealed that Arafa was the one that came to her and told her that they should create some sort of alliance. I don't know if I'm using the right word that Comfort used, but that was what it was supposed to be. And such an alliance was supposed to give them room to give direction to the younger cast members. Now, I'm going to be frank with you. In as much as I love these women, in as much as I really love and respect Comfort, Arafa, I was wondering what the need was for them to want to give direction to the younger women because,
Mm-hmm.
hey, look at it. These women, aside Tutupie that's not married, Princess is not a child. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's a wife, she's a mother
Yeah,
to two, she's a business
they are all
owner.
adults.
One of the biggest, do you understand? They're all
Mm-hmm.
adults. So I was wondering, like, okay, what was the need for them to want to, kind of like set an example? I think that was what she used, like set an example for the younger cast members. So I was wondering, like, but what was the need? This is a reality TV show. People are supposed to come and be themselves and even sprinkle a bit of drama on their personalities if they want to give us that entertainment value that we want, right? So I was also expecting the host to probe further by asking Arafa, who brought about that suggestion to Comfort, that, okay, what did you mean by wanting
Exactly.
to set an example? And a follow up question of, looking at the way you conducted yourself from episode 1 to 12, do you think you really set an example to the younger cast members? Because if you ask me, I will say that
Mm-hmm.
Comfort was actually the
And
one that even tried to set an
everybody can give
example.
their opinion from there.
Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say? I lost
Because
you for a second.
Arafat to I said Arafat to add when she I said Arafa as well.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Continue, please.
Okay. Okay. I said even on the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you.
sorry, I was doing something.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said yeah, only comfort actually did not control their temper and really
Mm-hmm.
comported herself on the show because even Arafa had a moment. So
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
I'm
Comfort
wondering
controlled
what the
herself. There was also Samantha in a way. I think it was in the last episode that Samantha really,
I
said a
think that's just
lot. But
Samantha's personality, like just
mm,
quiet, very introverted. It will take her
yes,
time for her to come out. 12 episodes is too short for her to open up like that. Honestly, there are people like that. 12 episodes
yes,
are too short. It will take them time. So people would have already shifted their focus because on reality TV, if you want to create drama, you need to be quick on it because
yes,
other people too have the same idea on their mind. That's why even in other shows, the boring ones get kicked off first. Not that they are boring, no, they might not. They might have that interesting personality, but you won't see it until
yes.
later on. So
True.
I just feel
That
like
you're
she's
right.
that type of person.
I
Then
like the way you
I
said.
didn't.
Yeah.
You said what?
I said I like the way you described Samantha's personality, that 12 episodes is too short for her to
Because
lose her
no, I
temper.
kind of understand that. I, because I know there are more outgoing people. Because if I'm in a room, there are many people that will talk before I even talk. Like
Yeah,
it will take time. So I know
yeah.
reality TV is not going to be for someone like me. So I was wondering why she was there. Maybe it's for her to open up. I don't know. But so so
Yeah.
I don't know why the need for that alliance was there. Maybe so that she will see someone of the same age group with her
Hmm.
to always go on things together. So that's maybe why I
Maybe,
felt the she felt she needed the alliance.
maybe.
But maybe
Yeah.
she feels that comfort to not be as petty as her too. You know, sometimes Arafa want to be petty, but maybe she feels like comfort to not give her that room to involve her in the drama. So she will drop that idea. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe that's why the alliance
Hmm.
never worked.
Yeah. Anyways, you have a point. You have a point. There's Betty here. Let me just quickly introduce Betty. Hi, Betty. You're
Okay.
welcome to the conversation, Betty.
Hi, Glory. Hi, everyone. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good.
Hi
Jay.
Betty. Yeah.
Okay, so I was just having a very, very delightful conversation with Jay about the reunion show. So I don't know if you want to contribute your thoughts.
To be sincere, I really enjoyed the show compared to Reunion. So I watched the first part. The second part, I'm still reluctant to watch it because I listened to the analysis. I'm like, oh, they've disappointed me again.
You didn't
To
like the
be,
first part of the reunion?
not really,
Wow.
not really.
Why?
Uh, I think they had a lot of things to act, and there was a lot of things that should have come out in the reunion. But they were trying to be so official for my liking. They didn't go in depth to the detail that happened. There are a lot of things that happen surrounding Tutupie, like you said, and comfort. I didn't hear them say
Yeah.
anything about it that much. They were busy
Yeah.
concentrating on is it princess and what?
Princess Samantha OJ.
Yeah, it was so. I was so pissed. But I was happy to see a new host. I prefer him to Uti anyway. So I'm waiting for a day they will use IK. I don't know if they can pay IK. They should use IK. We'll see what they're looking for.
Oh my days. See, the day IK will host maybe any housewife reunion show, see, there will be a terrible fight on set that day.
Ah,
Because
shut down.
IK is petty, he's shady, he's sarcastic. Hey!
He's
And he
all
has to
shades
pick
of
which.
whatever you want in a host. He's fun, he's official, he's
Yeah.
everything. You know, they say in your
Yeah.
face.
And yeah, here is one of the tricks of being a very, very interesting host. you need to be quick-witted. Like you need to be
Yeah.
able to think fast, because these women are going to be saying a lot of things. They're going to be talking over each other. You need to pay attention and you need to be able to catch one crazy thing they say and
Exactly.
then fire back. Yeah. I think that's one thing that Ebuka does a lot that makes him stand out. And also IK is fantastic when it comes
Yes,
to
he
hosting.
is.
Oh my God, he's fantastic. But I think Aka is kind of new to the business, and I'm giving that benefit of doubt. With time, is going to become way better.
Yeah, but let's be sincere, it's better than Uti to me. Uti seems to pick a side before the reunion ceremony or whatever. So
Yeah,
I think I can't
yeah.
really try it. Like I was surprised to see him. The guy is making more appearances on our screen these days.
Yeah, he really tried. I was also very excited to see him, because hey, I mean, I'm one of those persons that is very much in support of new talents,
Yes.
making their way into certain industries. Because if you think about it, in this our entertainment industry, even let's even talk about some of our Nigerian Netflix movies. There was a time, okay, okay, let's start from when, just to deviate a bit, when Nigerian Netflix movies started featuring on Netflix, you will
Yeah.
see that it's only a particular set of actors that they use on a
Mhm.
particular set of movies. And I
Yes.
got bored because I'm thinking,
And the
come
same
on,
part too.
sorry?
I say and the same parts too. They always play the same
Yeah,
role.
yeah. So it became boring for me because they now made it look like in the whole of Nigeria, it's only these five people that can act. So when I started seeing new faces, new talents, I was very excited. And I grew more interested in watching more Nigerian shows that had more new talents like that. So yeah, I was quite excited when Aka was the host. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
To me, the reunion, they really tried anyway. They've tried.
They tried. I
They've
give it to
tried.
them.
But I
I
actually
give it to them.
enjoyed the show more than I
Yes.
thought.
And you
Okay.
see, this is why people were complaining because for such a show
Yeah.
that came with a bang.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you saw my reviews where I said that compared to the Real Housewives of Lagos, I preferred the Abuja version because their drama seemed more organic. Why?
Yeah.
Because most people don't know these women from Adam. They are not celebrities. So they are on our screen, and their drama was more like drama that normal people like you and I will have on a daily basis, right? You know.
Yes.
So we were more excited about their drama. So that was why we had very high expectations, for the reunion, but then it was quite disappointing what they delivered.
So I can't wait for when you want to review, like, okay, for the life for young, famous, and African. That's what I'm waiting for.
Ah, yes.
And if you
Yes, yes.
can do the Love Is Blind too before the Big Brother comes in July, please.
Okay, I will try. I will
You really
try.
need to watch only the last season. Different characters, just the last season. You will like
Okay,
it.
I'll try. The thing about these shows is that with the way I analyze, it's hectic when I try to create content out of one episode. That's why my reviews are very long, very lengthy. So
It
I'm
should
gonna
be long
try.
for me. I like the long
Yeah,
reviews. I use it to work at night. I do night shifts.
exactly.
So I just play it
Yes, I
audio.
like
I
the
know
way
I
you
can.
play.
When they talk about glory, I like your. I just peep in so that they will not catch me with the phone and check it out and then continue.
No,
Thank you so much.
because when others review their own, like that young famous, they reviewed everything as a
Yeah.
whole. But when I watched
Nah,
your own,
nah.
you review it scene by scene. I'm like, okay, no wonder you try to divide your own.
Now the,
Right.
Because
the, the
others
show
just
is
do
two acts. Yeah.
yeah, it
You
has
see,
a lot of
these shows
drama.
are packed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see, a show like Young, Famous, and African, yeah, because the cast members are from different African countries, you
Yeah.
Yeah.
know, they come with different spices. They come with
Exactly.
different flavors. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much for
much.
listening to me.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
sorry, Glory. I don't know when next I'm going to join. Like I'm always sleeping by this time. So when I wake up too early and sleep back again. I wake up late and you're done. So this for that time. It was nice speaking with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you guys so much. Okay. 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 Wow. That was quite an interesting conversation. I'm happy we had that conversation just now. So I don't know if anybody else wants to contribute anything. If there's nobody else, then I'm gonna have to end this live stream. Yeah. It looks like a lot of people are busy today, or it seems like a lot of people are not really interested in the the reunion of the show like that. But it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, in the absence of anybody else wanting to give their contribution, I think this is where I'm going to end this live stream. I don't know if you guys can see me or hear me. I don't know. My network is so crappy today. So this is where I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in to watch. I really appreciate all of you. You know what? Let me just quickly use my audio because this thing is stressing me out. So thank you all so much for joining, even though we're not plenty. But thank you all so much to those of you that are the silent viewers, silent participators. You are really appreciated. Thank you all so much. As I'll always say, I do not take it for granted that you guys made out time to join this conversation. Thank you all so much. You are greatly appreciated. And guys, just look forward to more reviews on Young, Famous, and African. Tomorrow is Nigerian Idols. So, as usual, I'm going to be releasing my review on Monday morning. All right, the review for Nigerian Idol is going to drop Monday morning for those of you that are enthusiasts of the show. So, look forward to that. And then we're going to continue our review on Young, Famous, and African. We're not done with the show. We reviewed 2 episodes, and I'm deliberate and intentional about my review about the show because it's quite a lot. All right, and you guys know the way I do my reviews, so I don't want to fall into that trap of combining 2 episodes or more into one video. All right, so we're just going to continue with the way we've been doing it. Okay, so episode 3 review will be out next week, possibly before the end of Monday, because I'm going to be dropping my Nigerian Idols review Monday morning. All right, so let's see how it goes. Hopefully, I'm gonna drop the review for what's it called? Miss is saying, Glory, please don't end it. I'm still enjoying it. Well, I've said all I want to say. I really wanted to hear from you guys. I wanted to get your own reaction about the reunion, all right, on this live stream. But if you guys are not saying anything, I don't know. I can't do anything about it, yeah. And Fidelis, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. God bless you. I see what you've given. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Miss, my sincerest apologies, but I'm going to have to end this live stream now, except you want to join me and discuss the reunion, which I would greatly appreciate. But if you're not going to come up here or anybody else is not going to come up here, then I'm going to have to end this conversation. And as I said, I'm going to extend invitations to these women. Hopefully, they agree to, grace this platform with their presence for an interview, for conversation. If they are willing, I would definitely announce on my community tab. If they're not going to join, then that's going to mark the end of our conversations on the Real Housewives of Abuja. And then we're going to ultimately focus on other shows that we are reviewing on this channel. And then finally, great news. I have launched my new channel, my second channel. I've been telling you guys for the longest time that I am going to create another channel for other conversations. And this one is quite exciting. I'm super excited about this one because after 3 long years of wanting to launch another channel, another space, I think I am ready. I think I am ready. I think I am bold enough for another exciting journey. So, please go ahead after this conversation, check in the description box below or check my community tab to subscribe to my new channel. It's called Simply Glory Elijah. Yes, there's an introductory video on that channel that's just going to give you a hint of what we will be doing on that channel. So I know that a lot of you on here are lovers of reality TV shows, my reviews on those shows, my reviews on movies and other topics. But on this new channel, it's going to be an entirely different concept. Yes, an entirely different ride. Simple hint is we're going to be having vlogs, we're going to be having stories. Okay? Now, stories is a general term for what is to come. I don't want to spill the beans just yet. So just go ahead and subscribe to that other space as well. All right. So all of that said, thank you all so much for your time. I really appreciate, and my sincerest apologies for how today's live stream turned out to be. The fact that I'm not really using my video. I recently switched. I recently switched my network, and it's very, very appalling. It is horrible. I don't want to mention the name of the network service provider in case maybe in the future they decide to use me as the ambassador. In Jesus' name, amen. So I don't want to give any spoilers. I don't want to spoil their market, but I'm going to try rectifying it by Monday. Yes, but the network is the cause of all of this wahala with the connection today. But for those of you that still remained, even though all this hiccups has been happening, you are truly appreciated. And finally, that's all for today's conversation. Thank you all so, 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 so much. The end of this live stream does not indicate the end of today's conversation. So if you were shy and you did not want to join the live stream, then feel free to still share your contribution in the comment section after the live stream. All right. The live stream is, as usual, going to be uploaded to my channel. So please go ahead and share your contributions on there. And finally, thank you all so much. You guys are the realest MVPs. And that's all for today's conversation. Have an amazing, amazing weekend and bye. Bye.